So our next presenter is Akisato, and she's going to be talking about translation and mapathons, building open mapping education by students, a youth mapper student project from Furuhashi Lab in Japan. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Akisato.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay. Thank you for attending our presentation. We are students from the Furuhashi Laboratory at Aoyama Gakuin University in Japan, and we represent YouthMappers AGU. Today, our theme is translation and mapathons, building open mapping education by students. Around the world, OpenStreetMap is widely used for disaster response, environmental studies, and urban planning. The YouthMappers network now includes hundreds of chapters where students actively contribute to mapping for social good. However, in Japan, awareness of OSM and YouthMapper is still very limited, especially among students. Even though we have a good technical infrastructure, language remains a major barrier. This is because most resources and manuals are available only in English. For this reason, our lab has been focusing on translation projects and student-led mapathons. Through these activities, we aim to make open mapping education more accessible to Japanese students. In today's presentation, we will share our progress and plans.
Now I will share my experience at Phospho-G Asia 2024. Our presentation was titled Localization of Phospho-G Tools and building an Open Knowledge Platform in Japanese University Education. Let me begin with the activities behind this presentation. From March to June 2024, most members of our lab joined the UN MAPS OSM validation training. And for 3 months, we worked on validation tasks every week, learning how to check the data quality and correct mapping errors. As a result, all participating students were promoted to intermediate OSM mappers. For us, this was a big achievement since many of us started as complete beginners on OSM. During this training, we noticed that written manuals were sometimes difficult for students to follow. Many struggled with long technical explanations. To address this, we created a graphic recording and JOSM at this one. And the idea was to convert complex instruction into simple diagrams, icons, and workflows, and that could be understood at a glance. We published this material on GitHub so that anyone could use it, both inside and outside Japan. This was our first attempt to combine translation with visualization. At the same time, we began working on the translation of QGIS and GDAR manuals. These tools are essential in geospatial field, but their documentation is mostly written in English. So for Japanese students, especially undergraduates, this creates a barrier. So we initially tried to use Transfix for translation, but the registration process was complicated. Many students gave up before they could even start. To solve this problem, we created a Markdown-based translation workflow on GitHub, which allows us to collaborate more easily and keep all resources open. And through these activities, we learned two key lessons. First, we recognized the importance of overcoming language barriers. Without localized resources, many students cannot even begin to explore advanced geospatial tools. Second, we realized that visualization and open platforms helps reduce the gap in technical knowledge. Even though Even though with little computer experience were able to learn faster and infrastructures were simplified and shared in a collaborative space. The significance of our work is clear. By localizing Phosphology tools, we make them accessible to non-English speaking students in Japan. And by publishing our outputs on GitHub, we create an open knowledge platform inside the university, where both students and instructors can share resources. In this sense, our presentation at Phosphology Asia 2024 was more than just a report. It was an important step to share that localization empowers students, lower barrier to enter, and help them become active participants in the global geospatial community.
The next theme is a translation project. The target book is Open Mapping Towards Sustainable Development Goals. This book collects case studies from YouthMappers chapters around the world, showing how YouthMappers use open mapping to address social and environmental challenges. We started this project in the fall semester of 2023. Each student in our seminar is responsible for about 20 pages of translation. To ensure consistency and academic quality, we established clear translation rules in advance. First, we unified the writing style to formal Japanese. Second, we created a shared glossary so that all members can use the same terminology. Third, we aligned the formatting of references and figures with the original book. For collaboration, we use both Google Drive and GitHub. With these tools, even when multiple people are working at the same time, we can maintain consistency. Now, we have translated around 140 pages. The project is still on the way, and our goal is to complete the entire translation by the end of this year. After completion, we're going to share the Japanese version openly so the Japanese researcher and students can use it. This translation project has two major impacts. First, it brings global case studies to Japanese students. Many students in Japan are now fluent in English, so have limited access to international examples. By translating, they can benefit from global knowledge. Second, it develops academic literacy. Through translation, students can learn how to structure academic writing, understand terminology, and gain collaboration skill using digital tools. In this way, our translation project is not only about converting language, but also about helping educational growth and building a bridge to international knowledge from Japan. Next speaker is Fuka. She's going to talk about first online Mapathon.
Thank you, Akira. I will talk about our first online Mapathon, which we organized in January 2025. Let me begin with the preparation. To promote this event, we designed a poster using Canva, created a registration form for participants, and prepared slides for participants, slides for use during the session. These are slides we made. These slides was made to explain how to use Hot Tasking Manager for beginners. And our goal was to make the event clear, accessible, and welcoming for newcomers. So next, move on to the mapping activity itself. The target area was farmland on Yoronjima Island in Kagoshima, Japan. Participants first created their OpenStreetMap accounts and then used a tasking manager to map the assigned tiles. Instead of just tracing buildings, we also focused on mapping farmland boundaries, which directly contributes to both humanitarian mapping and local community understanding. The outcomes of this event were significant. First, beginners were able to experience the basics of humanitarian mapping. Many students have never used OpenStreetMap, but they quickly learned the basic operations. Second, the event helped build a sense of community. Participants include not only students but also local government staff. By editing the same map together, people from different backgrounds could contact and collaborate. So next speaker is Hinako. She won an award, the second online Mapathon.
Next, let me introduce to second online Mapathon, which we held on August 9th, 2025. This time, it was a collaborative event between YouthMappers Aoyama Gakuin University in Japan and Shinakarin University in Thailand. The theme was mapping Yoronjima in Japan and Hua Hin in Thailand. We were fortunate to receive support from Miss Kiran from TomTom, who has been kindly helping us since post-4G to Asia 2024. Thanks to TomTom's cooperation, students from both Japan and Thailand were able to work together on OpenStreetMap. In addition, the event was positioned as a celebration of OpenStreetMap's birthday, making it even more meaningful. To improve our first Mapathon, we introduced two new measures: distributing a manual in advance and conducting technical practice sessions before the event. These changes helped participants feel more confident and reduce the number of technical issues we faced in January. The outcomes of the event were remarkable. I was honored to receive third prize of Mapper Award at this event. It was very valuable learning experience for me, and it gave me more confidence in my mapping skills. What I found especially meaningful was not only improving my own accuracy, but also being able to support beginners during the session. Through this, I realized the importance of peer-to-peer learning in the mapping community. Second, the event highlighted the importance of cross-cultural collaboration. Working with Thai students allowed us to learn about different perspectives and teamwork styles. One Thai student suggested Hua Hin as the mapping area, since it is a familiar place for Thai students. Hua Hin is a coastal tourist city in central Thailand with about 80,000 residents but over 1 million visitors annually. While tourism is vital to its economy, the city also faces natural disasters such as flooding and earthquakes. However, building data on OpenStreetMap is still incomplete. By mapping this area, we aim to support disaster preparedness, tourism management, and sustainable urban planning. Finally, I would like to emphasize the broader significance of this Mapathon. It demonstrated three key values. First is cross-cultural teamwork, deepened understanding of diversity. Second, peer-to-peer learning created a cycle where experienced mappers supported beginners. Third is by contributing to OSM, students experienced how their work becomes part of public data, giving them a sense of social participation. In short, this second Mapathon showed how international collaboration can enhance learning, building community, and produce open data that supports both society and education. Next speaker is Shota.
Finally, let me share you about our new activity ideas. In addition to translation and Mapathon, we are considering new way to make geospatial knowledge more accessible. One example is to make graphic recording for visualization combined with narrated video. And we believe that this approach will help people understand complex information more clearly. And within our lab, the video and film team, V&F team, has already started exploring this idea. And since I am a member of V&F, so I hope to learn about visualization and communication in this event. And I will share my new insight to our team, V&F. And moreover, by using videos, we can create more casual and more user-friendly manuals and information resources. And this will make open mapping education feel more approachable, especially for Japanese university students, and encourage them to the mapping community. And that is why we plan to continue working on this visualization activities. To conclude our initiative, translation and Mapathon and my new activities, visualization, are all driven by one goal: to empower students to the global mapping community. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for the interesting projects you guys have been doing and what you plan to do also. It's really, really fascinating. Thank you. All right, so do we have question for them, the Youth Mapper AJU? Any question? The Venuless platform, we have one question here. Yeah. What inspired you to undertake this work beyond your academic commitments? How did you organize yourself? Like, what inspires you? Why are you doing this? Kind of a thing.
Why the translation?
Yeah, this entire project, why are you doing it? Like, what's the motivation behind everything you're doing?
Actually, my future plan is to get master in the foreign countries, but now I have to read everything in English. I think every student in Japan has the same problem. If we translate them into Japanese, they can learn more efficiently, and they can get more opportunity to go to other countries and gain more experience. And these things, I believe, Japan make much better country. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Please, do we have any other question for them? The Youth Mapper AJU, any other question? Question. All right, thank you, Tango. Thank you so much.